How are you all? So I hope that you all are fine. Yes. So kids, do you remember that we have completed already the chapter number 4? Yes. So from today we are going to begin new chapter, which is chapter number 5. The name of chapter is coal and petroleum. Yes, coal and petroleum. So as you can see on the screen the name, yes, coal and petroleum. So we are going to study about coal, story of coal, yes, and we will also see the classification of resources. Okay, we will study components of coal. We will also study about petroleum, yes, refining of petroleum, natural gas. Some natural resources are limited. Okay, coal tar, what is the meaning of coal tar, what is the meaning of coke, or what do you mean by petroleum refinery, what is the petroleum refinery, yes. So we will see all these topics. Fossil fuel we will also study. Okay, natural gas we will also study. So we are going to study all these topics. Okay, the chapter is very easy and not so long. Okay, now let's move on the first point. Okay, so first of all we will see the introduction. Okay, so we use various materials for our basic need. Yes, we use various material. Yes, like for our basic need, for example, we use the food of plants, which is our basic need. Yes, we use, so food which we get from plants, it contains carbon, and you know coal also contains carbon. Okay, coal also contains carbon. So we use various material for our basic need. Some of them are found in nature and some of them have been made by human efforts. Yes, you know, we use many things. Some things are natural and some things are man-made. Okay, some things are natural and some things are man-made. Am I right? So, and since all these are obtained from nature, they are called natural resources. Okay, because they are obtained from nature, that's why they are called natural resources. Okay, so we use various material for our basic needs. Some of them are found in nature and some have been made by human efforts. Yes, some have been made by human efforts, like there are many artificial clothes. Okay, and there are many natural clothes like woolen clothes, silk clothes are natural clothes. We know that there are many artificial clothes. Yes, am I right? So like rayon, nylon, Dacron, acrylic. Okay, and we use many things like we get rubber from rubber tree, which is natural, and we can also make artificial. We make different chemicals also, natural and artificial. So there are many things. Okay, I hope that you understood. Kids, you will not write introduction, you will not write this paragraph, you will not write introduction. Okay, now I hope that you understood. Let's see the next activity. Let's move on the next point. Okay kids, so can you see the index, activity number 1? So can you see the index? I think you can see clearly. Yes, am I right? So kids, there are many things which are natural and which are man-made. Yes, there are many things which are natural and which are man-made. Am I right? So make a list of various material used by us in daily life and classify them as natural and man-made. So what will you do? You will do this activity. You can make in your notebook. You will draw an index. One side you will write natural and another side you will write man-made. And you will write the name of materials that we use in daily life. Okay. you can see first is natural and second is man-made. So which are the natural material? Can you tell me the name of some natural material? Yes, air, soil, yes, so water, sunlight, yes, and tell me something more. Air, water, soil, water, CNG. CNG is a gas, compressed natural gas. Okay, compressed natural gas. LPG is also gas, liquefied petroleum gas. Liquefied petroleum gas. Okay, and we know that fruits, petrol, these are also what? Natural material. Okay, so we get from natural source. Okay, man-made table, yes, man-made material like table, chair, car, TV, bus, plastic, rubber. There are many things. Okay, so kids, we can say that there are two type of resources. On the basis of it, we can say that there are two type of resources. Yes, first is natural resources and second is man-made resources. Am I right, kids? Is it easy to remember? Yes. So which are the natural material and which are the man-made material, kids? So natural materials are like air, soil, LPG, CNG. What is the full form of CNG? Compressed natural gas. What is the full form of LPG? Liquefied petroleum gas. Yes, am I right? Yes, kids. So and fruits also, yes, minerals also natural, and man-made blackboard, bed, food, rubber, plastic, TV, bus, car. There are many. Okay, so you will write down. Okay, now let's move to the next point. Okay, kids, now we will study classification of resources. Classification of resources. So we can classify the resources in two categories: natural resources and man-made resources. Natural resources are air, water, sunlight. Okay, and there are many man-made resources. You know, I no need to tell you. Okay, because there are many natural man-made resources. Man-made resources like machine, vehicles, road. These are man-made. Okay, so kids. But we are not here to study, we are not going to study about natural resources and man-made resources. We will study something different. So we will classify the resources into different category, We'll classify the resources into two different category. Okay. So as you can see on the screen, I am reading. Okay. Can air, water and soil be exhausted by human activities? Yes. Can you disappear air? Can you? No, you cannot exhaust it. Exhaust means destroy, end. Okay. Can you completely remove it? Okay. Simple meaning remove it. Okay. Remove out. You can say. So can air, water and soil be exhausted by human activities? No. You have already studied about water. Is water a limitless resource? Yes. Water is limitless resource, but pure water is limited. Okay. Otherwise, lot of water, 70% part of earth is covered with water. Okay. So we can classify the resources into two parts. First is inexhaustible natural resources. Second is exhaustible natural resources. Okay. So we inexhaustible natural resources and exhaustible natural resource. Okay, just write the heading, or if you don't want to write, don't write this one. Okay, if you don't want to write this one, then don't write. I don't have any problem. Okay, so you know, kids, now you know that air, water and soil, you cannot exhaust them. Okay, they are air, water and soil cannot be exhausted by human activities. Yes, water is limitless, soil is limitless, air is limitless. But some things are some things are exhaustible, like natural gases, yes, like CNG, LPG, they can just remove out. They are exhaustible. Okay. Now let's see the first type, because I already told you that there are two type of resources. We can classify resources into two categories. First is inexhaustible natural resources, second is exhaustible natural resources. Okay. First is inexhaustible natural resources, second is exhaustible natural resources. Now let's move on the next point. Okay, it's classification of resources. First of all, we will study about inexhaustible natural resources. So I am reading, in the light of the availability of various resources in nature, natural resources can broadly classified into two kinds. Yes, we can classify natural resources into two categories on the basis of availability of resources. Yes, on the basis of availability of resources, we can classify natural resources into two categories. Okay, first category is inexhaustible natural resources, second is exhaustible natural resources. Okay, so please you will write this one. Okay, you will write this one. Okay, these resources are present in unlimited quantity in nature and are not likely to be exhausted by human activities. Example are sunlight, air, water. Okay, so what are inexhaustible natural resources? What do you mean by inexhaustible natural resources? Resources which are present in unlimited quantity in nature and are not likely to be exhausted by human activities. Yes, resources which are present in unlimited quantity. Resources which are present in unlimited quantity in nature and are not likely to be exhausted by human activities are known as inexhaustible natural resources. Yes, they are present in unlimited, no limit, limitless, and they cannot be exhausted. They are not likely to be exhausted. You cannot remove them completely. For example, sunlight. Yes, we have many stars, many sun, so it cannot be exhaust. Okay, air is limitless. Yes, it is not easily to remove it out. If air, oxygen, they will remove out, we will die. Please write down. I am giving you 10 seconds. So kids, I hope that you understood what is the meaning of inexhaustible natural resources. These resources are present in unlimited quantity in nature and are not likely to be exhausted by human activities. Example, sunlight and air. Now let's move on the next point. Okay, now we will study the next type of resources, natural resources, exhaustible natural resources. So the amount of these resources in nature is limited. Yes, they are limited. They can be exhausted by human activities. Yes, they can be destroyed by human activities. Example of these resources are forest, wildlife, minerals, coal, petroleum, natural gas. Yes, so the definition of exhaustible natural resources is resources which are present in limited quantity in nature and are likely to be exhausted by human activities. Yes, I am again speaking slowly. You can write resources which are present in limited quantity in nature and are likely to be exhausted by human beings. They are known as exhaustible natural resources. Yes, exhaustible natural resources. Yes, for example, forest. Yes, forests are exhaustible. They can destroy due to fireplace, means fire. Okay, wildlife, animals. There are many animals already removed. Yes, they have completely disappeared. They have extinct already. There are many animals. We will study a chapter in which we will study about wildlife, different type of animals, in which I will tell you which are extinct animal. Minerals, yes, there are many minerals, but they are in limited quantity. One day they will destroy. So use carefully. Yes, don't waste them. Anything, don't. Coal is also present in our land in limited quantity. Petroleum is also present, natural gas also. They are exhaustible natural resources. One day they will also remove, destroy. Then what will you do with your car? When petrol will be exhausted, then how will you drive your car? Without petrol, you cannot drive without petrol. Yes, it is truth, and truth is always bitter, dear kids. So you will have to protect animals, you will have to protect forests, you will have to protect minerals, coal, petroleum, natural gases. Yes, okay. I hope you understood. Now let's move to the next point. Okay kids, it's time to do one more activity. We have completed one activity. Yes, now activity number 2. It is a group activity. It is a group activity. Take some containers, yes, fill them with popcorns, peanuts, roasted gram, toffees, and okay. Take some container, fill them with popcorn, peanuts, roasted grams, and toffees. Divide students into groups of 7 each. Yes, 7. You can make 4 group. In one group 7. Means 28 students. Okay. Further divide each group into 3 subgroup, okay, and you will divide the each group into subgroup containing 1, 2 or 4 student you can take, okay. Label them as first, second and third generation respectively. These subgroup represent the consumer. As population is growing, second and third generation have larger number of consumers. Put one full container for each group on table. Okay, this activity you will do. So what will you do? Take some container, fill them with popcorn, peanuts, roasted grams, toffees, okay. Divide students into group of 7 each. Yes, 7 students in one group. Then divide again the one group into 2 or 4 students. Yes, further divide each group into 3 subgroup containing 1, 2 or 4 students. Label them as first, second and third generation respectively. These subgroup represent the consumers. As population is growing, second and third generation have larger number of consumers. Put one full container for each group on a table. Then we will see the observation. Now first of all we will do, okay. Now let's see the remaining activity, activity number 2. Okay, you no need to write. Don't write this one. Don't write this one. Let's move on to the next point. So now what will you do? Ask consumer for the first generation from each group to consume eatables from the container of their group. Yes. What will you do? You will ask consumer of the first generation from each group to consume eatable from the containers of their group. Now ask the second generation consumer from each group to do the same. Okay. Ask student to observe carefully the availability of eatable in each container. Okay. If some things is left in the container, ask third generation from each group to consume it. Now finally observe whether all the consumer of the third generation got the eatable or not. Now also observe if anything is still left in any of the container. If anything is still left in any of the container, yes, nothing will left, I think, because we have consumed. Yes, because it has become exhaustible. So first of all, what will you do? Take some container, fill them with popcorn, peanuts, roasted gram, toffees. Divide students into group of 7 each. Further divide each group into 3 subgroups containing 1, 2 and 4 students. Label them as first, second and third generation respectively. These subgroups represent the consumers. As population is growing, second and third generation have larger number of consumer. Put one full container for each group in table. Now ask consumer for the first generation from each group to consume eatable from the container of their group. Now ask the second generation consumer from each group to do the same. Ask students to observe carefully the availability of eatable in each container. If something is left in the container, ask third generation from each group to consume it. Now finally observe whether all the consumer of third generation got the eatable or not. Also observe if anything is still left in any of the container. Now let's see the observation. So observation, okay. So assume that the eatables in the container represent the total availability. Assume that the eatables in the container represent the total availability, okay, availability of exhaustible natural resource like coal, petroleum or natural gas. Coal, petroleum or natural gas. Each group may have different consumption pattern. Yes, each group may have different consumption pattern. Are the earlier generation of any group too greedy? It may be that the earlier generation in some groups were concerned about the coming generation and left something for them in this chapter. So now we will learn about some exhaustible natural resources like coal, petroleum, natural gas. Okay, these were formed from dead remains of living organisms. So these are all known as fossil fuel. So what do you mean by fossil fuel, kids? What do you mean by fossil fuel? So fossil fuel are actually dead remains of living organisms. Yes, they can exhaust. They are exhaustible. Okay, so we can observe that eatable in the container represent the availability of exhaustible natural resources like petroleum, gas, and slowly they start decreasing because each group may have different consumption pattern. So we can say that may be possible that the earlier generation of any group too greedy. So it may be that the earlier generation in some group were concerned about the coming generation and left something for them. So anything is possible. Okay, I hope you understood. So what will you write, kids? What will you write? You will write the heading. Please write the heading fossil fuel. Please write the heading fossil fuels. Please write the heading fossil fuel. Okay, please write the heading fossil fuel. So fossil fuels formed from the dead remains of living organisms. Okay, you can say fossil are actually dead remains of living organisms. Okay, so these are known as fossil. Now we will study about coal. Now let's go on the next part. Okay, it's now let's study about coal. So you may have seen coal, and you can see in the picture, and you may have heard about it. It is as hard as stone and is black in color. Yes. So point number 1, coal is as hard as stone and is black in color. Yes, coal is as hard as stone and black in color. Coal is one of the fuel used to cook food. Yes, we know that coal is used to cook food. Am I right? And earlier it was used in railway engines to produce steam to run the engine. Yes, and you know, kids, earlier it was used in railway engine. Yes, you might have seen in any picture, any movie, that it was used in railway engine to produce steam to run the engine. It is also used in thermal power plants. It is also used in thermal power plants to produce electricity. Coal is also used as a fuel in various industries. Yes, coal is also used as a fuel in various industries. You will write this one. Please write down. I am giving you few seconds. Please write down. So kids, remember point number 1, coal is hard as stone. Okay. Point number 2, coal is black in color. Point number 3, coal is used to cook food. Yes, coal is one of the fuel used to cook food. Otherwise, we also use LPG. Yes, LPG we use for cooking. Yes, CNG is used in petrol car. Okay, CNG used in vehicles. LPG used for cooking, and coal is one of the fuel used to cook food. Earlier it was used in railway engine. Yes, earlier it was used in railway engine to produce steam to run the engine. It is also used in thermal power plants. Yes, where electricity is produced. Okay, to produce electricity, so thermal power plant, electricity is produced in thermal power. Coal is also used as a fuel in various industries. Okay, now let's see the story of coal. Let's move on the next part. Okay, now it's time to study the history of the coal. Okay, this history of the coal, the story behind the coal. So about 300 million year ago, yes, 300 million year ago, before 300 million, the earth had dense forests. Yes, there are many forests on the earth. Yes, dense forests, but because of human greed, we have cut all the forest. We have destroyed many forests. It is true, kids, it is true. So about 300 million years ago, the earth had dense forests in low-lying wetland areas. Yes. And due to the natural process like flooding, these forests got buried under the soil. Yes. Kids, remember that before 300 million year ago, there were many dense forest. Yes. But due to flooding and many natural circumstances, it happened that all the forests got buried under the soil. Yes, most of the forests. And as more soil deposited over them, they were compressed, and in the presence of pressure and temperature, due to the pressure and temperature under high pressure and high temperature, these dead plants, dead animals got slowly converted to coal. Yes, they converted into coal. Am I right? And as coal contains mainly carbon, you know, I already told you in the beginning, and we also have carbon. Yes, the slow process of conversion of dead vegetation into coal is called carbonization. So what happened at last? Due to the high pressure and high temperature, the dead plants converted into coal. Okay, so but it happens slowly. It is not a fast process. Okay, it is not a rapid process, so it happens slowly. So this process is known as carbonization. Means the slow process of conversion of dead vegetation into coal is called carbonization. Okay, the slow process of conversion of dead vegetation into coal is called carbonization. Okay, since it was formed from the remains of vegetation, coal is also called a fossil fuel. So remember, kids, coal is also a fossil fuel. And what is the meaning of fossil? Dead remains of living organism. Okay, please write down. I'm giving you few seconds. So kids, I hope that you understood. Now let's move on to the next point. Okay kids, now I want to ask you a simple question, a very simple question, that what happens? What happens when you heat coal? Because anything is burned in the presence of air, in the presence of oxygen, so we need air. We need air to burn coal. So what happens when you burn the coal? What happens? Because coal contains carbon, and when carbon react with oxygen, carbon is reacting with oxygen means carbon is burning, because oxygen helps in the burning process. Without oxygen, you could nothing burn. Yes, nothing can be burned without oxygen. Yes. Okay. So when heated in air, when you heat the coal, then what happens? It burns, and what does it produce? It produces a gas. Can you tell me the name of gas? CO2. CO2, carbon dioxide. Okay. So when heated in air, coal burns and produces mainly carbon dioxide gas. Coal is processed in industry to get some useful product. Yes. Coal is very important, kids. Coal is very important. Exhaustible natural resource. Remember, coal is exhaustible natural resource, but it is very useful because we can make many things from coal. When coal is processed in industry to get some useful products such as coke, coal tar, coal gas. Yes, we get many things like coke, coal tar, coal gas. We will study about all these. We will study about coke, we will study about coal tar, we will study about coal gas, but in next class. Not in this class. I am not going to tell you about them in this class. Okay. So kids, when heated in air, coal burns and produces mainly carbon dioxide gas. Coal is produced in industry to get some useful products such as coke, coal tar, coal gas, not Colgate. Okay. I am speaking coal gas, not Colgate. Okay. Now please, I am giving you 10 seconds, write down. So kids, I hope you understood. Okay. Now I will ask you some question. It's time to ask question from you. Okay. I hope that you understood. When heated in air, when coal is heated, the coal burns and produces mainly carbon dioxide gas. Coal is processed in industry to get some useful products such as coke, coal tar, coal gas. Now, let's move on the next point. So, it's time to ask question from you. Yes. So, as you can see the question. So, question number 1. Write a short note on coal. So, coal is as hard as stone and is black in color. Coal is one of the fuel used to cook food. Yes, and earlier it was used in railway engine to produce steam to run the engine. It is also used in thermal power plants to produce electricity. Coal is also used as a fuel in various industries. Okay. Now, question number 2. How was coal produced? Yes, how was coal produced? Means story of coal. So about 300 million years ago, what happens, kids? The earth had dense forest in low-lying wetland. Yes, the earth had dense forest in low-lying wetland. So what happens due to the natural process like flooding, forest got buried. Yes, forest got buried. And after then what happens? The soil deposited over them and then they were compressed. Then temperature also rose as they sank deeper and deeper under high pressure and temperature. Dead plants got slowly converted to coal. Okay. As coal contains mainly carbon, the slow process of conversion of dead vegetation into coal had happened. This process is known as carbonization. Okay. So what is carbonization? What do you mean by carbonization? The slow process of conversion dead vegetation into coal is called carbonization. Okay. Question number 3. Question number 3 is define fossil. So, what do you mean by fossil? Yes, what is fossil? So, dead remains of living organism. Dead remains of living organism is known as fossil. Okay, it's now last question as you can see on the screen. So, please read the question. So, last question is explain types of natural resources. Yes, explain types of natural resources. So kids, you know that there are two type of natural resources. Yes, exhaustible natural resources and inexhaustible natural resources. Exhaustible natural resources. What do you mean by exhaustible natural resources? Resources which are present in limited quantity. Yes, resources which are present in limited quantity and they are likely to be exhausted by human being activities are known as exhaustible natural resources. Yes. So the amount of these resources in nature is limited. They can be exhausted by human activities. Example of these resources are forest, wildlife, minerals, coal, petroleum, natural gas. Okay. And inexhaustible natural resources, these resources are present in limited quantity and are in nature and are not likely to be exhausted by human activity. Okay. Example, sunlight, air. Okay. I hope you understood. Now we will meet in next class. Till then, bye bye.